We started seeing storms develop quite early in the day, but they really intensified through the afternoon and evening period across multiple states across Australia. So that included parts of southern inland Western Australia, South Australia, around the Darling Downs of Queensland, parts of New South Wales. But in particular, we saw some very significant storms moving through Western Victoria with some very incredible footage coming out of the Casterton-Horsham area with a supercell thunderstorm that did develop through yesterday afternoon. So that did bring some incredibly heavy downpours. We had 22 millimetres in 20 minutes at Casterton, which is a lot of rainfall to happen in a very short space of time, as well as a very large hail pushing up towards tennis ball sized and some very strong and gusty winds.
Yeah, so when that warning went up to the potential for giant hail, I knew this was going to be a big one. Hey, just for those who might not know, what's a supercell thunderstorm?
A supercell is an incredibly powerful, incredibly strong type of thunderstorm that sort of generates its own energy. And it's from supercell thunderstorms that we tend to see the most severe impacts. So that destructive wind is really a risk with supercell thunderstorms, as well as the giant hail and really heavy rainfall. So it's sort of one step up from severe thunderstorms, which are a couple of steps up from everyday thunderstorms in the first place. So it's sort of, really at the top end of our tiers of storms there.
Now, you should know that I stay glued to everything you say, and I saw your updates yesterday saying that almost half of Australia is looking at the risk of thunderstorms as part of this event. How are things happening today?
So once again, very widespread areas of storms are possible through much of southern and southeastern Australia. The severe storm risk today covers pretty much the entire state of South Australia, including the Adelaide area, but it also catches states on the sort of border areas of South Australia too. So we might see some severe thunderstorms across southern inland Western Australia, central Australia, inland New South Wales and parts of Victoria once again today. So any severe storms today could bring, once again, the damaging winds, large hail or heavy falls, or a combination of all three. So as always, the best way to know what to expect and when, keep an eye on that radar, keep an eye on the warnings page for anything we need to issue later today.
Yeah, and well, you already have warnings out because this frontal system is absolutely blasting through. What's going on with the winds?
Yeah, so we do have a severe weather warning for damaging winds, once again covering large parts of South Australia. Adelaide not quite included in that warning area, but we still could see strong and gusty winds through the metro area. So in that severe weather warning area, we are expecting to see fairly widespread damaging wind gusts possible through the course of today as this front rolls through and just brings a lot of wind down from the higher levels of the atmosphere. And look, it is possible we could see this severe weather warning for damaging winds area extended over the next 24 hours or so as this front moves towards the southeastern states. But it's worth noting that damaging winds are possible even outside of the warning area, mostly with showers and storms, but they are most likely in that warning area in South Australia today.
Yeah, and I know we've got a lot of heat as well. The winds and warmth, never a good combination.
No, absolutely not. Very elevated fire danger conditions across much of Western Australia, South Australia, the Northern Territory and Queensland today. We do have fire weather warnings for extreme fire dangers in place for South Australia's northeast pastoral and Flinders districts, as well as the south interior of Western Australia. But throughout those areas, the warm conditions with temperatures well above average combining with that windy weather is certainly making the fire risk heightened today as well.
Hey Miriam, last one for you. We've got another day tomorrow of thunderstorms. What's the focus? What should we be most concerned about?
The focus for storms tomorrow will be New South Wales and Victoria. We're not necessarily expecting to see severe storms pushing to the east coast, so Sydney, Illawarra and the Hunter may just see run-of-the-mill thunderstorms, but certainly for Melbourne, we are expecting the risk of severe storms tomorrow. It really depends on how quickly this front moves, however, so those severe storm areas may shift around a bit as we see this front making its way through across the continent rather. So really it is, as always, a case of keep up to date as much as possible, watch for our updates, watch for our videos, watch for any information you can get about exactly where these storms might develop and when.